We go way back.
We go way back.
And I'm only here because of you and Pastor Haynes. Because, honey, I don't do nothing on show day.
I know. We know.
I love you, though.
I love you, too. Because Brad,
Okay.
Yeah. Come on, Brad. Come on, Brad. We had a whole, Pastor Haynes, we had a whole thing. We played I Feel Good. We had a whole, remember that we played when we do songs that stay in your head all day?
Oh, yes, honey. You know, I was telling Miss Mills, I love Stephanie Mills, honey, and all her music.
The church version of I Feel with the choir in the background, the extended version. I did a whole video with you with that song in the car. It went viral. Wow. I was in my, that song get you in your feelings. Oh, yeah. And then we listen to this right here. Let me tell you how cool my pastor is, Dr. Frederick Douglas Haynes. So for pastor's anniversary, one time he brought in Frankie Beverly. So this year, for the 40th pastor's anniversary, we have the
one and only.
The one and only.
He brought me in, yeah.
Stephanie Mills. It's just unbelievable.
Listen, and we have a connection because I used to preach at her church in Brooklyn, New York, Cornerstone Baptist Church.
Yes, Dr. Sandy F. Ray.
Dr. Sandy F. Ray and her mother. Sandy Ray did my dad's funeral too. Oh. But her mother and father, real faithful. They'd come up to me after church and they would say, okay, you had a good sermon. Now let us tell you about Stephanie. And they would go 5-10 minutes talking about Stephanie Mills. You know, folk are in line to speak. And they talking about Stephanie Mills the whole time. I said, okay, I'm going to meet her one day.
Right.
And so she said, well, she's in North Carolina this year. Well, she's in this city this year. She's here this year. But one year we going to connect y'all. And so 40 years later.
And my sister loved you. She used to always talk about you.
Wow. I remember her. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And she's still putting on the concert like, it seemed like Brad. It just seems like the more you do it, the better you get. The more like you like a show.
Thank you.
Like straight up singing.
You know, I enjoy it. I really do enjoy it, and I'm doing it at my own pace and the way I want to. And I have a great manager, of course. That knows.
Shout out to Earl.
And
Indianapolis on. Everybody, they listen to us in nap time. Everybody in nap time know 317 amp in the building. I know who amp is in nap time.
And I was, when I sing every day. So I sing to my music, so I can sound somewhat like I sounded back in the day.
Right.
That's important because when you see your favorite artist performing live, you want them to sound like the album, the CD that we used to listen to.
That's what I told her. And I'm like, girl, when I saw a concert recently, she had Patti LaBelle. She sang like the album, and I loved it. I was like, ooh, all my songs, honey.
Because I really try to sing like that.
You did, honey. It was amazing.
Man, and Pamela, so we doing a double interview. So we're gonna go back and forth. Right, Brad. Okay. Now, Pastor Haynes, as a pastor in Dallas, what's been the hardest thing you had to deal with while being a pastor for the past 40 years?
Well, I mean, ongoing struggle for our rights as a people. The fight for justice has not stopped. As a matter of fact, I think it's intensified and become more subversive. And so, and we have to realize that what goes on with public policy is eventually going to come to our address. And so when we look at what's happening in Austin right now, in terms of all the bills being passed, as bad as the last legislative session was in terms of suppressing the vote, this year it's going to be worse. Ricky, do you know that they are removing the possibility of students on college campuses having a voting precinct? Now, if I go to the University of Texas, 50,000 students, and I can't get a voting machine on campus with 40 to 50,000 students, I mean, you were not only suppressing my vote, but you were disenfranchising me. That is going on right now. We talk about what's happening in Florida. Well, right in Austin, Texas, they're passing laws against diversity, equity, and inclusion because they do not want that at this time. And so we see Tennessee, we see Florida, but Texas, in a real silent, quiet way, is messing with our rights, and we won't know it until it hits us later. And so that, for me, getting us involved, because when folk have declared war on you and you don't fight back, there's something wrong with you. You've often said that whenever you see injustice going on, it's kind of like what Pavlov's dog, you say, it just triggers something within you to fight. And so for me, I feel that. And so for me, church is not just what we do on Sunday. Sunday gets us ready for what we do in the streets during the week to make a difference and impact, because again, public policy will come to your address and mess up everything. You live in your best life, and all of a sudden, here comes public policy and injustice violating that. So for me, that's been the challenge.
Yes, sir.
That I can't just be inspirational. I've got to also get in the streets and fight for our rights, and the struggle continues.
All right, y'all, we got the one and only Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes and the beautiful, lovely, I'm so excited to have both of y'all here, Stephanie Mills, in the studio. More Ricky Smiley Morning Show coming up.
The Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
Ricky Smiley Morning Show.
If you have certain chronic conditions such as heart disease,
Asthma.
diabetes, and you're 19 years of age or older, 52,
36.
42, you may be at increased risk for pneumococcal pneumonia. Ask your doctor or pharmacist about getting vaccinated with
Pastor Frederick Douglass Haynes
pneumococcal 20-valent conjugate
and
vaccine.
the legendary
A Pfizer
Stephanie
vaccine can
Mills
protect against pneumococcal
in the
pneumonia
building.
in just one dose. Prevnar 20 is approved for adults to help prevent infections from 20 strains of the bacteria that cause pneumococcal pneumonia. Continue